It's the battle of the sexes with Seskas against the Homics, and the Blake 7 crew is in the middle of it, and they're all trying to get power. And that is the name of this episode of Blake 7 in Series 4. We're going to review this using my space, system, story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. Choose the best that you can get. I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. I liked this storyline. Why am I not giving it a 2? Because it felt slightly filler. So we know that they're stuck on the planet. They're trying to open up this door to get to the Scorpio so they can get out of here. Meanwhile, they're in this battle of the sexes here where the women have telekinetic powers. What? And the men are just barbaric oafs. But they are stronger and they are winning, and the Seskas are being decimated. So how does this all play into the episode? It's a bit weird. It's sort of there. It's just happening. But there's a lot of great parts here. Dana fights the leader of the men for control. Something kind of fun happens there. Avon also fights the guy, and Avon defeats him using a glove as opposed to grabbing a weapon. That's kind of neat. There's a lot of just neat things that happen. A lot of cool stuff with Villa, where he's trying to open up this blast door or whatever, and he's doing all these different techniques. Orak is being weird and trying to figure out the teleport system. So I understood the point of this episode. It's like this is the bridge to now get us into what Blake 7 is going to be for the remainder of this series. And I happen to really love season 4. I like all 4 Blake 7 series. I don't think it dipped or whatever. I think Sulin was a pretty cool addition to the cast. He needed another lady, I suppose, to replace Callie. She's a quick draw kind of girl, so that's kind of neat. She's got something a little bit different to offer. Avon is fire, as usual, in all of these episodes. Some great stuff here. I like this one. So for the pacing, I'm going to give it a 1.5, only because you can telegraph this now. You're like, okay, like about 20 minutes in, you're like, okay, this is one of these bridge episodes, gap fillers, to move it on. So I understood what was going on. And then once I understood what was going on, I'm like, okay, now I'm watching things play out. There's not really any nail biting moments. You're like, yeah, I know what's going to happen, right? But it was still done well, and I'm not bored. I'm never bored with Blake 7, really. For the artistry, I'm also going to give it a 1.5. Everything looks good. I think I was close to giving it a 2. Give me another. Let me see how the next one goes. This series, series 4 to me looks like there's things that are more tangible now. Like Slave looks cooler. He's moving around and doing stuff. Guys are like pressing buttons and things are happening. It just feels better. The reason why I'm not giving this one a full score is because it's really just the same thing as the first episode. There's not really anything extra that we're seeing that we haven't already seen. So they didn't offer anything new to show, but everything still looks pretty good. The Seskas they're not in great costumes or anything. Although the barbarian guys are kind of neat, I guess, but right? It's just barbarian costumes. So nothing crazy to look at, but still decent. Characters, I'm going to give it a 1.5. Of course, the crew of Blake 7 is all amazing. Tarrant, Villa, Dana. Dana is still good in this one. I remember thinking that she dips a little bit, but so far, no. She fights that guy. That's pretty cool. Avon is just like the greatest. So, the guy's on fire in every episode. So there's that. I like Sulin. She doesn't do anything in this one, so I can't judge her. She only appears at the very end. I don't know if she had the night off or something. Like, remember in Doctor Who, there'd be like William Hartnell has like a vacation, and then the Doctor's just like not in like an episode. You're like, what happened? Anyway, but yeah, I love the characters. I wasn't dying over either faction of the men or the women. They're like okay. I guess the women were a bit better for me. They seemed more like characters, and then you had the main girl who was kind of a bad guy, so she was kind of the bad guy of the whole episode, really. You got the barbarian dude, and he was okay. I don't like these barbarian character things, especially in Blake 7. They just don't get them right. Anytime there's like Vikings or these nomadic tribes or something, I always feel like they're not that cool. I don't know. I think they did a better job of them in some of the Star Treks. For the enjoyment factor, I can give it 1.5, man. I liked it. I still like this series. It's great. This is the gap filler, so let's see what happens in the next episode. Looking forward to it. I'm going to watch that right after this video. So that's it, everybody. We're giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. That's a standard good score. That means everything is slightly above average. I would call it a really good episode if we're using words instead of math. It's a really good episode. And then, of course, if it was a 10 out of 10, you'd say it's an excellent episode or amazing. So I'd say it's a really damn good episode. So there you go. Please check out please check out the classic TV shows playlist, because we've got Blake 7 on there. We've got Star Trek on there. We got Enterprise on there. We're going to have The Prisoner coming up after this whole, listen, you want to watch The Prisoner. That's a great show. So a lot of good stuff on that. Plus there's the Wonder Woman playlist as well that I've just added. Let's do some Wonder Woman stuff, man. Nobody's talking about Wonder Woman. What the heck? Like, look, Batman's great. Like, top 3 characters, Batman. Number 1 character, Superman. But where's Wonder Woman? No one's talking about Wonder Woman. So I thought, let's do a playlist and see what happens. So please check that one out too. That's it, everybody. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time.